grand opening of this office. We hope to have it be buzzing in here, phone calls, a bunch of activity in support of not just the mayor, but the at-large slate, the Board of Ed slate, and all the in-district candidates that have been endorsed by the Democratic Party. So, without further ado, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Ed. Thank you all. Thank you all for being here. It's gratifying because I think all of you know how I feel about Norwalk. Norwalk has been so good to me over the years, and I am just so grateful to have the opportunity not only to serve on the police department, 17 years as chief, but also 4 years as your mayor. That has enabled me to give back to the community, a community that helped me out in so many ways. I went to Norwalk Public Schools, my children went to Norwalk Public Schools, my grandchildren are now in Norwalk Public Schools. So I feel overwhelmed that the people of Norwalk have given me this opportunity. And I thank the people in this room. The people in this room have been there from the very, very beginning. From the moment I decided I wanted to try this, you've been here. The moment I said, I think that we could put together a team that could get Norwalk moving in the right direction, you've been here. Now, you're going to hear from some of our opponents that there's nothing good about Norwalk. Nothing's happening. And they're saying it already. But the people in this room know differently. The people in this room know what we have done in the past 4 years. More importantly, the people in the community know. Every place I go, they say, boy, Norwalk is getting so much better. Norwalk is just the place to be. We're so thrilled with what's happening in Norwalk. So I say to those who would say that there's nothing happening in Norwalk, that Norwalk is stagnant, Norwalk's not moving forward, I would say you really better get out and get in touch with the people because they'll tell you differently. You know, we talk about our economy. There's a very, very difficult time in the state of Connecticut right now. We don't know what's going to happen with the state funding. But Norwalk has been financially stable. We have maintained our AAA bond rating. When I took office in 2013, we had lost $1 billion in our grand list. Over the past 3.5 years, we have grown the grand list by 1/3 of that amount. $400 million more in our grand list now than when I took office in 2013. The AAA bond rating, Moody's, Standard & Poor's, and Fitch, they all say Norwalk has strong management. They've got a good plan in place. So we are financially stable. If you look around, we have grown our grand list, we have kept our AAA bond rating, and more importantly, over the last 3 years, the average mill rate increase, and I know that doesn't often say a lot, the average mill rate increase was 1%, where in the previous 3 years under my predecessor, the average mill rating increase was 2.5%. So we're keeping taxes down. We understand that there are people in Norwalk that can't afford tax increases. So we want to make sure we keep taxes down. Now we look at our Board of Education. When I was primarying and when I was campaigning the first time, I said we need to give our children a world-class education. We have made and committed to a 5-year investment in our infrastructure in our schools, building a new school in South Norwalk, a neighborhood school, adding an addition to Ponus Ridge School where we can get a K-8 school. And then, out of the other schools, each one of them will be renovated to a degree where the young people can learn, so that when they plug in their computer, the circuit breaker doesn't click off. That's really what happens now. If they plug in a computer or a laptop, the circuit breaker goes offline. So we're going to upgrade 14 of the additional schools, 6 of them with priorities 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 8 of them with priorities 1 and 2, the things that need to be done to make the school at least inhabitable, giving our children a place where they can go and learn and feel great. Rowayton School, we're building a model with the partnership of the Rowayton parents. We're building a model of a cafeteria where young people can go, and it's almost like a cafe where they're going to go and have a good place to eat, good place to relax and enjoy their lunch. So there's so many other things happening. Moreover, we have invested in the Norwalk Schools strategic plan to a tune of about an $8 million increase in their operating budget. Because we, again, want to make sure that our children have the tools that they need to learn and to achieve to their greatest potential. The achievement gap under this program has already been reduced by 1/3. 1/3, greater than any city in the state of Connecticut. We've reduced the achievement gap by 1/3. And I want to thank our Board of Education, our superintendent of schools, who put together a strategic plan with vision. We're also committed, because again, as I mentioned earlier, these are uncharted waters. We've never, ever been in a situation where we didn't know what we were getting from the state of Connecticut or have a good idea. There's a real possibility that we are going to find a shortfall of $3, $4, or $5 million. How do we deal with that? We can't afford to raise taxes. So we're going to have to draw down on our rainy day fund. And it's a good thing that we didn't do it before, because now we have the money to do it. So we're still going to fund our schools. We're going to do what we need to do to make sure that Norwalk children have a world-class education, so people will look to Norwalk and say, you know what? I want to go to Norwalk Public Schools. They've got wonderful programs. They've got NECA, they've got the Center for Global Studies, they've got the medical program at Brian McMahon. They have so many things going on in our school system. It's an exciting time. Public safety, we campaigned on public safety. Crime is down, serious crime is down every single year in the city of Norwalk. We've put on more police officers. We've put more police officers in community policing with greater outreach into the community. And we've put more police officers on foot patrol in areas where they can reach out to the community, know who they're serving, work with the members of the community, get to know them, and develop those relationships that are so important for a police department. And last but not least, we have done remarkable work in making government responsible, civil, and we have given the people an ear. They know that they can call City Hall, or we can go out to the community and meet with people, sit down and talk with them and hear what their problems are and be responsive. So we've got so much that we've accomplished, and I look back and I say to the other people, I say there's nothing going on in Norwalk, or Norwalk's not going in the right direction. And again, I say, I don't know where you're looking, but from where I'm looking, things look pretty doggone good. So it's just an amazing time. But now, we can't sit back and do nothing. We have a lot coming up. You know, we've had meeting after meeting after meeting after meeting with the Walk Bridge people, the Connecticut Department of Transportation, to make sure that the Walk Bridge is going to be built, but hopefully to mitigate the impact on our community, on our business. We're meeting with the business people in South Norwalk and East Norwalk and the residents to make sure that they are our ears and eyes to let us know what we need to do to make sure that they're going to be able to navigate through the city, our businesses are going to be able to stay open. We're putting together a coalition of people that will be our ears and eyes. You know, we have the plan of conservation and development we're working on. Every 10 years, we have to do a plan of conservation and development. This year, we're reaching out more into the community than we've ever done before. We are going to have meetings in the various neighborhoods. We put together a team of about 30 people who are already meeting to find out where we want Norwalk to be in 5, 10, 15 or 20 years down the road. We can't be short-sighted. We have to have a vision. We want to see where Norwalk is going to be. We have a parking study that's been commissioned so that we can look throughout the city of Norwalk, find opportunities, because one of the things I always hear, there's no parking. Parking's not good. If you don't have parking in a community and you don't make it convenient for people to patronize your businesses, those businesses cannot survive. So we have to make sure that we partner with businesses, that we have parking opportunities, and we find every opportunity that we can. The redevelopment agency is doing an urban study looking to find out what they can do in the urban core to make Norwalk a vibrant, walkable, livable city. So we've got so many different things going on. One of the things in a plan of conservation and development that I felt was so important was sustainable energy. How do we make Norwalk a green, livable community where we're responsible inhabitants of the earth? We have to make sure that we take every opportunity, whether it's LED lighting, electric or hybrid vehicles for the city staff, or solar panels on some of the schools. We're going to take those opportunities and reduce our carbon footprint. And the other thing that I know a lot of people talk about and is really going to be focused on is that Wall Street Railroad Station. We want to get that Wall Street Railroad Station up and running. We're going to be aggressively pursuing that so that the people who want to live in the Wall Street area, who want to work in the Wall Street area, they have the opportunity to have that transportation. We want to keep people out of cars as much as we possibly can. So to that end, we made the Mayor's Bike Walk Task Force a standing commission. Will be in existence through the efforts of Eloisa, thank you, on the Ordinance Committee. We made that a standing commission so that it doesn't go away when I go away. We want to make sure that we make Norwalk a safe place to navigate on foot and on bike. And we want to make sure that we do it the right way. And the other thing we did was we made the Arts Commission a permanent standing commission so that when I go away, it doesn't go away. So we've got a lot going on in Norwalk. Norwalk is an amazing, vibrant city. We love this community. We work hard on this community, for this community. We put together a team that has accomplished so much because we work together. We don't fight. We reach across the aisle. We communicate, and we talk, and we're transparent, and we make sure that we get things done. So I want to call the other candidates up here that are running, Board of Education, District A, at large. Come on, all the candidates that are running with me this year, come on up. These are people, and others had to leave to go to their respective committee meetings, but these are people that work so hard on behalf of the city of Norwalk. And it's dedication. They don't get paid for what they do. Well, I'm sorry, the council gets paid $50 a month.
46.17.
That's after taxes. But they don't get paid. It's a labor of love for these people. And I'm not going to stand here and take credit for all the good that happened in Norwalk, because no person can do everything, but every person can do something. And that's what this team does. This entire team gives everything that they have to make Norwalk the best it can be. I'm proud of them. I'm proud of the new people we're welcoming on board, people that are taking new positions, people that are running for re-election, because I know what they can do, and I know what together we can do. So again, thank you all for being here. This campaign headquarters will be a beehive of activity. It's open to all the candidates to use, to come in, make their calls, do what they want to do, and put their materials here. That's what Norwalk is all about: sharing, caring, and doing the best we possibly can. So God bless all of you for being here. God bless Norwalk, and God bless the United States of America. Thank you so much.